Start the recording. Okay, so last week we saw actually how to install last 2 days before we saw how to install actually Java JDK and then Eclipse. Okay, and then we also created actually a project, and then after that we also actually created a package and then a class. Okay, so again I'm going to do the same recap. So I have already downloaded my Eclipse here. So Eclipse, so it's a Photon version. So first I will open the Eclipse. So I have already told you in Eclipse what are the things are needed for me is workspace, a project, then a package, then we need a Java or a class file. Okay, so let me show you again. So first actually we have to create the workspace over here. So usually it will be there in C drive. If I want, I can change the location here and then I can keep it. Okay, as of now I'll take my first Java workspace. Okay, then I'll need to click on launch. Guys, is everyone facing a problem? Is everyone able to hear me, or you guys are facing any problem? Can everyone ping me in the chat room as yes if you're able to hear my voice? Okay. Okay, cool. So now I have created actually a workspace here. So by default, I'll be getting actually a welcome screen, which I will be closing it, which is of no use. Then after that, after creating the workspace, I need to create the project. Go to File, New. Then I need to go to Project. Then here you can select Java project, or you can select here under the Java folder, Java project here. Okay, so I need to click on Next now. Then next I'll give the project name. As of now, I'll just give it as actually second project. Second project. Then execution environment should be actually Java SE 1.8. It should be more than 1.7. Okay, so 1.8 is a stable version, so I'm using that 1.8 right now. Then after that, I will click on finish. So my project has been created. Once my project is created, actually I need to create actually next to a package. Okay, so what is this GRE system library? All those things we'll see later. Okay, right click on the source folder, go to new package. I'll give it as first package, then click on finish. Okay, now we created the package. Next, after the package, new class. So now I'll just give learning Java. Then after that, as of now, I'll select package. Then always we need to make sure we need to select actually public static void main, this checkbox, because only when we have a main function, then we can execute the program. That's why this public static void main is necessary for us. I'll click on this. Then I'll click on finish. So here learning java.java. Okay, learning Java is my class name. Here the extension will be .java, because always my Java files will be having an extension called .java here. That's the thing. Clear? Learning java.java. So here right now we will have package, first package. Okay, so first package is that's my package name here. Here we have class learning Java. So when if I selected actually the radio button called public, extra I will get here a keyword called public. If I don't select the public keyword, I will be getting this class learning Java. That's it. Then I clicked on the checkbox public static void main. So I got this function. Only when we have a main function, then only we can execute the program. Okay, so here public static element sysO control space enter. Okay, system.out.println. For that, actually, what the shortcut is what? SYSO plus control plus space plus enter button. That's it. Okay, sysO plus control plus space plus enter button here. That's what we will have here. Okay, system.out.println. Here in double quotes, I will just give it as hello world. That's the thing. Clear? Hello world, we have got it. Clear? So now right click, run as Java application. We got hello world here. That's it. Okay, this is what we have seen last time. So now what I will do, I'll right click on the project, I'll go to properties, I'll go to the original folder location. So if I want to get the location of my project, right click on the project and then properties. It can be a file, or it can be a project, or it can be anything, a folder, a package, or anything. So right click on the specific file or a folder or a project, properties. If you go here, you can see actually what a resource. Under the resource, you can see the location of my project. One I can copy paste and then put it in my Explorer. Otherwise, I can directly go it in my Explorer. Show in System Explorer. It opened. So this is my project. If I go inside the project, you can see right now there are a lot of files. Important files that we need to know is source and then bin folder. Okay. Under the source folder, if I go first package, so here we have created actually what source in that first package, right? So first package, under that we have learning Java. So that is what the class name .java extension. That's a Java file. Always Java will have a Java extension file. So now if I open it, right click edit, you can see whatever information that we have written over there. I'll reduce the font a little bit. Whatever information that we have written over there, the same thing that I can see it over here. Okay, so what is this Eclipse means is just a tool for me to edit my files. Okay, all the informations are written in this original file here only. Okay, but that's a place actually what where it is an user-friendly place where I can write my script and then I can execute my script in the same place. Before we used to actually what write it in a notepad. Then after that actually what we open a command prompt, and then after that we used to compile it. Then after that we need to execute it. But here Eclipse gives an option for me directly. I can actually what do all the actions in the same place itself. That's why everyone start to use Eclipse there. Like that, we have different kinds of tools in the market. Eclipse, NetBeans are more famous for Java. Apart from that, we have still 500 more tools over there where we can do execution. Okay. So next, I'll go to the second project again back. Now, if I see, there is another folder called bin. Here, if I go, again we have first package. Here we have again learning Java, but the type of file is class. Okay, Java actually what whenever we actually what write the program and then we compile it. Okay, what is compilation? I'll tell you again. Okay, compile it. That time it will be creating actually what one more extra file called .class file. Okay, it will create one more extra file called .class file. So these .class files are used for execution. .java files are used for writing the program. .class files are used for executing a program. So now I'll right click, edit it. See now. Anyone able to understand? Okay. Class files are used only for execution. No one can execute, no one can understand the program. It can be understandable by only by one person, that is called JVM, Java Virtual Machine. JVM is the only one who can understand it. It will again do a compilation. Okay. Then after that, actually what it will be given for the system for execution. Okay. That's what will happen. Okay. So now let me do it again. So I will explain you about actually what more on this process. So now we will see how actually what a Java program executes, and then how it is differed from the other programs. Okay, so these things you might learned in your school days or your college days. Once again, I'm repeating so that if you understand this concept, understanding actually what the execution of a program is always easier, which helps you to get more knowledge on it. Okay, so usually how a program will be executed means, okay, any program, not a Java program, other programs usually. So this by program, whatever statements we write on it, we'll be calling it as a high level language. Okay, whatever we write there, we'll be calling it as a high level language there. Okay, so here we write it. So these statements actually what we will be giving it to a translator. What the translator will do means it receives this high level language, then after that it will translate it. That is, it will translate the high level language to a machine level language. Okay, it will translate a high level language to a machine level language here. That's what it will do. Okay, so there are two types of translator. One is a compiler type, another one is a interpreter type. What this compiler will do, what this interpreter will do means, okay, so compiler type translation, so for example 1000 lines of code in the program means all the 1000 lines of code will be compiled, then it will be given for execution. But the same thing, interpreter, what it will do means 1000 lines of code is there means first line will be converted, then it will be given for execution. Then second line will be converted, given for execution. Line by line conversion and execution will happen in the interpreter level. Okay, before in olden days actually what all the programs will have only compiler type or interpreter type. Either one type they will have. But now Java actually what has both the information, one is compiler and then interpreter. Okay, so advantage and disadvantage of the compiler interpreter what means, okay, so compiler converts the entire program, then only execution starts, correct? So what will happen right now actually what the 1000 lines of code is there means all the 1000 lines of code will be converted, then it will be given for execution. So there will be a slight delay for me to start the program, okay, to execute my program, because entire program has to be converted, right? That's the thing. But advantage is what means before my execution itself, during its compilation time, if there is any error in the program, it will identify there itself. If there is any error in the program, it will identify there itself. That's what it will do. Okay, interpreter, what it will do means, okay, so interpreter level actually what execution means, that is totally all the every line of program is being converted and then executed. So initial startup time is actually what negligible, it is faster. Okay, but if there is any error in the program, okay, it will come to know only when actually what a compilation has been done during that point of time. Okay, so 500th line of program, sorry, okay, in the 500th line of program, if there is an error, okay, it will know that actually what there is an error only during that point of time. Then after that, it will stop the program. Now I need to actually what clear the 500th line. Then again I need to start. So still actually what now what will happen? First line to till 500th line it crosses. So there is no error. Again in the 600th line there is a error. Again it stops there. Now again it will identify there is a problem. Again I need to clear it. Then again I need to start it. Then again 800th line one problem, stops it. Then again runs it. 900th line. So that is every place when there is an error, only when it comes to the compilation or the execution time only it knows there is an error. So that's why when there is a error in the program, it's difficult for us actually what in interpreter. Each and every time I need to stop my execution. But compiler time, all the errors will be cleared at a single shot because we will come to know what are the errors are there in the entire program. So then we will clear it, then we will continue it. That's what the advantage and disadvantage of a compiler and interpreter. Okay. Now what will happen? So why this translator has been needed over here means because my system can understand only zeros and ones only. Okay. So that's why the program which I have written, This translator will help me to convert it to zeros and ones. Okay, so then after that, that machine level, okay, that's called as a machine level language. That machine level language will be given for the CPU for execution. That's what. Okay, translators is used to convert my statements to zeros and ones and then given for execution. That's how normally a program has been executed. Clear? So now, how my Java program has been executed. Okay, so before actually what they have compiler or they have interpreter learner. But Java, what they did means they add both a compiler and then the interpreter both. And then how they utilize in the best practices means. Okay, so first I will write my program, Java program. Each and every line will be called as Java statements. Okay, then after that, that will be saved with actually what .java extension. Okay, then that Java file will be given for the compiler for execution. Okay, that's what it will do. So Java programs actually what xyz.java. Okay, that will be saved. Then after that, first it will be given for the compiler. Compiler, what it will do, it will identify all the syntax errors in the program, and then after that actually, but it will, if there is no error, it will convert that information to a machine level. So, but here in Java, what it will do means it will be converting it to a another type of bytecode which will be saved with actually what an extension called dot class file. Okay, it will create a new dot class files over there. xyz.java is my actually what file name before. Now after compilation, it will create a new file called xyz.class. If it is abc.java, abc.class. Okay, it will create the dot class file. So what the dot class files have means that will have the converted file. The compiler level conversion has been done. That information we will have it over there. Okay. Then after that, actually, what the dot class files will be given for the JVM. Okay. So it will be given for the JVM for execution. Now the JVM will be given for the CPU. Okay, so why actually what has been given to the JVM means, okay, JVM is the only one person who can understand the dot class files, who can read the dot class files. Okay, dot class files will be given to the JVM. Again, another type of conversion will be done here. Interpreter level of conversion, line by line conversion, because compiler level, all the errors in the syntax error in the program is been identified here itself before. Then after that, it will be given for the JVM. Now interpreter level conversion will be done, because anyway there will not be any error. But functionality level, if there is any error, that will be identified during my execution time. So now interpreter level conversion will not be any problem here. Okay, so now interpreter level, it will again do another level of conversion. So the bytecode which is generated in the dot class files will be now properly converted to a zeros and ones, which can be understandable by the CPU or the my system. Okay, that's what will happen here. Okay, so first level compiler conversion, that will create a dot class file. That dot class file will be given for JVM. Now again another type of conversion, interpreter level. Then that another this level of bytecode will be converted to a proper level of bytecode where my system can understand it. Then it's been given for the CPU for execution. That's what been done in Java level of execution. But why this actually what two level of conversion is needed means, okay, before we had a big challenge. What is the challenge mean? So right now I have actually what created actually what a product. Okay, think over this like a big basket or something like that. Okay, that's my application I have created. Now I need to sell it to my customers. If it's a genuine customer, it's not a problem. I can send my entire code. Okay, then after that he can execute the program and then he can give comments on that, and then after that he might buy the product. But in case if he is not a genuine customer who wants to duplicate my system, now what will happen? It's a big challenge for me. So what is the challenge here means, okay, so this guy, he might duplicate my system here. Okay, this guy can duplicate my system easily. I took around 2 years for to develop this application. Now what will happen? Now this guy will take actually what a very less period of time, and then he will be making it actually what 6 months of period of time is more than enough for to duplicate my system. And then he will add some more features which he has in his mind, and then he will come as a competitor to my system, okay, to my world. Okay, so that's the biggest challenge they were having before. That is being resolved with help of this Java level. So right now, any customer asks for a demo, what we will do means we will have the Java files with us only, because the customer want to only execute. That time we will give him only the dot class files alone. So advantage is what? Right now my code files are safer with me. Only the class files I'm giving. The customer also can execute the program without any problem. That's the advantage actually what we have it in Java. That's why actually what first Java become popular, and then it has a lot of features that actually what made Java more popular in the industry. Still now Java was an untouchable language, whatever we have in this current days. That's the thing. Clear? So any questions so far for anyone on understanding? Anyone has any questions so far? Everyone understood, guys? Cool. Super. Everyone understood, right? Yes. Can I get a reply from everyone so that actually what I will be clear that you have understood it? Cool. So dot class file I told it can be read only by the JVM. Okay. So what is this JVM? And then we have JRE we have seen, JDK we have seen. So what does that mean? Okay. JVM and JRE what means? Java runtime environment is JRE. So what is the Java runtime environment? Okay. Any software you take, okay, when it needs to run in my system, it needs an environment to run it. Okay. So that is Java runtime environment. Okay. So Skype level also it needs an environment. Any application, Chrome if you take also it needs an environment. Any application you take actually what it needs an environment to run in my system. So that is what JRE here, Java runtime environment. Next is JVM. That is Java virtual machine. JVM is what is used to actually what convert my actually what dot class files into another level of bytecode where my system can understand. That is what JVM. Java virtual machine. The next one we have JDK. What is this JDK? Java development kit. Okay, what is the Java development kit means? That is, it consists of actually what the entire complete set of the Java. Okay, it has Java compiler, JVM, JRE, and then etc. A lot of things are there. So when we need JDK means, okay, so mainly when we are going to integrate with actually what other softwares, that point of time JDK is mandatory for us to use. Okay, so Maven actually what is another third party tool, so which we have to use it in our framework session. So that time only when we have JDK, then only we can use our we can use our Maven, all those things. That is anything that we need to integrate with actually what our Java. That time the JDK is needed. Okay, so JDK, all those things actually what makes our Java more powerful. That's what here we have. Down we have given the same information as interpreter, compiler, what it will do. Okay, what's the difference as before what we have seen? Clear? So this is how an execution here. So that's what here if you see, whenever I create a project, it creates a source folder and then a bin folder. Source folder will consist of all my .java files. Bin folder, what will happen means during my compilation time, it will create actually what? One .class file. All those things will be saved under the bin folder. Here you can see it will have under .class files here. Okay, that's what will happen. Source folder consists of the Java files. Bin folder will consist of the .class files. So here if you see, here we show only the source folders alone, because bin folder will be automatically taken by actually what? My Eclipse for execution. So what is this JRE system library here? JRE system library is what means that consists of my .jar files, a collection of my jar files. So what these jar files consist of means, so those jar files consist of my .class files here. Okay, lot of packages and then a lot of .class files here. So what is the need of this .class files means? So simple. Right now if you see system out.println I'm giving. In one line of code, actually what it helps me to print my execution. Hello world, it will print. But what's happening means internally, it is actually what has some programs written for it. Okay. So it has actually what some code written for it inside. There are 20 to 30 lines of code which will help me to print the information. That's what here it will do. Okay. So all those code informations are being written under this dot class files here, whichever it is given here. Okay, that's what here these class files are needed. That is, my internal Java codes informations are present under these places. Understood, guys? Any questions for anyone? So everyone understood what is compiler, what is interpreter, and then what does my source folder consist of, what does my bin folder consist of, and then what does my JR system library consist of. Is everyone clear on this part? So what is my source folder consist of, what is my class, sorry, my bin folder consist of, then my JRE system library consist of. Everyone understood of these three informations? Can everyone ping me in the chat as yes? Cool, that's great. Okay, guys, that's great. So now we will just again go forward. Okay, so today we will see about data types and then variables. So we have all seen actually what about what is what to say, how actually what we need to execute a program. Okay, so we will see actually what how to actually what utilize actually what data types and then variables. Okay, we'll have a short break, a 5 minutes break. I don't want to continue with the full phrase, so we'll have a 5 minutes break. 8:10 we will again continue. We'll see what is a data type. Okay, cool guys. So 8:10 we will again connect after 5 minutes break. Thank you. Yes. So we'll continue the session. So now we will see about data types. So can I start the session? Can everyone ping me? Yes. Can I start it now? So everyone available, right? Cool. That's it. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to talk about data types now. So data types. So what is this data types here, friends? So what are the data types we have seen still now in our school days or colleges? Can anyone ping me in the chat window as what are the data types you guys know that we use for a variable? Superb. Integer, yes. Anything else? Double, float, superb, great. String, superb. Long, awesome. Yes, we have a lot of data types that are available over here. So we'll see all the data. The first data type actually what if you see that is byte. Next we have short, integer, long. Then we also have float and then double. Then we have boolean, character and then string. So these are the different data types we have. So in Java, if you see, string alone is not a data type, it's a class. Okay, string alone they treat it as a class here. That is, that string can do a lot of functions, lot of actions over there compared to the other data types. So that's why they made string alone as a class, but it also acts as a data type. Okay, so what this actually what byte, short, integer, long will do means. Okay, if you see byte, short, integer, and long. These all will help me to store numbers. Float and double will help me to store decimals. Boolean will help me to store actually what? True or false alone. Help me to store true or false. Character will help me to store actually what? A single letter alone. A, X, 1, like that. Any one single letter alone I can store it. That is what the character will do. Next we have string. Any information that comes in double quotes will be treated as a string here. That is, it can be a single letter, it can be a group of words, or it can be a number. Anything that comes within a double quotes will be treated as a string here. That's the thing. Okay, here the important thing actually what we need to know. So byte, short, integer, long helps me to store numbers. Float and double helps me to store decimal. Then why we need these many data types? That's a question. So simple. So I'll just copy. So if you see byte, what it will do means, okay. So byte here help me to store. Okay, I'm going to give you the numbers, which is not the real numbers. I'm trying to make you understand the concept. Okay, I'll give you the real numbers later. Right now, we'll understand the concept as of now. So byte will help me to store values from -128 to 127. Okay, that's what the byte will do. Okay, so what is that to make it in a simpler, easier way? So what does this data type means? Okay, data type is a kind of a container which helps me to actually, which acts as a reference for my variable to say what type of values to be stored in it. Okay, a container which helps variable to to decide what type of values to be stored in it. That's what this will do. Okay, a container which helps actually what? Which helps variables to decide what type of values to be stored in it. That's what a data type is going to do. So data types, actually I told you, it's kind of a container, correct? See here. So the first one, I'll take it as actually what? Byte, short, integer, this is long, float, double. So byte can store values from minus 128 to 127. Same thing, short can store values from minus 1500 to 1500. I'll give. Integer minus 2500 to 2500. Long minus 5000 to 5000. Float is a decimal, minus 7500.00 to 7500.99. Minus 10,000.00 to 10,000.99. This is how the values can be stored here. Okay, so now in case if my value is, okay, value is 300, then what are the data types can be allowed to store? So it's a number. As of now, I take only these byte, short, integer, long run. So if it is 300 minus 128 to 127, in that 300 can be, is there under this range? No. So if it is actually what? Minus 1500 to 5500. Now actually what? In this 300 comes? Yes. So short can be stored. Next, integer. Minus 2500 to 2500. In that it can be stored? Yes, integer. Then minus 5000 to 5000. In that it can be stored 300? Yes, it's there under the range. There also it's possible for us. So that is actually what these data types will help us actually what to give an information as what type of that is what is the range of values can be stored in it. That's what it tells me to do. Same thing. Can anyone tell me if my value is 50? What are the data types accept for me? Can anyone tell me? Okay, byte. Apart from that, anything it can be stored. All means what are the things? Okay, byte, short, integer, long. Correct. So this can be stored in byte, short, integer, and then long. So all these four data types, because 50 comes under this range, 50 comes under this range, 50 comes under this range, and then also here also it comes under this range. So that's why this is possible to store it in all these places. Clear? Now everyone understood what is a data type? Can anyone ask any questions? Everyone understood what is a data type? Clear, right? That's what, this is what a data type will do. That is, it's a kind of a container which helps actually what variables to say what type of values to be stored in it. That's what. The original numbers, if you see, I'll just give data type range in Java. These were the original numbers, if you see. So this is what the original numbers. Okay, byte can store values from -128 to 127. Short can store values from -32,768 to 32,767. Integer can store values from actually what millions over there. Okay, long it can store more than that. Then the same thing actually what if you see float, it can store values from actually what some significant values over there. Double also can store it. Okay, so this is how actually what the data types are being used in our Java. Okay, any language. Okay, data type is so simple. It's the one. This is the one which will decide for a variable to store what type of values. Clear? So what is a variable right now here? Okay, variable is just a memory location. Okay, so variable is what means it's just a memory location which actually what stores some values on it. Okay, a memory location helps to store values on it. Before storing the values, data types before storing values refers the data type range. That's what before storing actually what data types actually what will be a reference point for it, says actually what type of values to be stored on it. That's it. So in variables, if you see, we have two things. One is declaration, another one is initialization. Okay, declaration means what? Creating a memory location. Creating a memory location. Initialization means storing a value to memory location. That's what. Okay, there is another concept called reinitialization also. Reinitialization means replacing an existing value in a memory location. That's what it will do. Clear? That's what here. Three things: declaration, initialization, reinitialization. So declaration, if you see, integer I. Okay, this is declaration. Okay, so what this will do, it will help me to create one memory location. The memory location name will be actually what? I. That integer acts as a reference to the memory location. Say to the memory location, store only integer values alone. That's what it will do. Next is I is equal to 10. Now what will happen right now? Here, this is initialization. It searches for a memory location I. Yes, we have here. In that, it will try to store 10. But before storing the value 10, it actually what? Verifies whether actually what? This 10 is a part of an integer. So if you see integer in this value, in this range, do we have 10? Yes, we have. Then it will store 10 into the memory location. This is initialization. Now, I is equal to 20. Now what will happen? It searches for the memory location called I. Yes, we have. But before replacing it, it verifies do we have already an existing value? Yes, we have. Now it will try to store 20. But before storing 20, it again verifies 20 is there in the range between the integer. Yes, it is there. Now it will store 20. This is reinitialization. Clear? So this is declaration. This is initialization. Then this is reinitialization. That's what. Clear? Any questions for anyone on this? Anyone has any questions, guys? This is what a variable is about. Can everyone ping me in the chat room? Does yes? Today's concept has everyone understood? So today, what we saw means so simple. We just saw how to create a workspace, project, package, Java or a class file. Next, execute a basic program. Then after that, what is a data type? Okay, so Java execution process we saw. Then we saw what is a data type, and then what is a variable. That is what we have seen. Is everyone clear for today's concept? Cool. So next week, actually, what Monday we will again see for actually what are the different types of data types we have, and then after that, actually, what we what are the different actually what variables we have over there, and then how to use it over there, and then the memory allocation concept, all those things we will start now. And one more thing, is everyone getting actually what my mails? So actually, what two mails? One is actually what that is a demo information. That is actually what morning 7:30 a.m. we have the class. So that may another one actually what everyone getting the everyday's class recording and the topics, and then the code mails. Is anyone need to get it? Is anyone's is missed out? If anyone is not getting, please let me know so that I will send you. And overall from BJS can let me know. So Akhil and then Mayuk is there. Anyone is from BJS can ping me. Akhil, Mayuk, then anyone else? Okay, cool guys. Dinesh, you're also from BJS? Yeah, Dinesh also from BJS, right? Yes. Cool. Okay, guys. So from today onwards, actually, what the demo session has been completed. So I'll be forwarding you my account details, so you can actually transfer to my account. So actually, BJS guys also you will be paying to me, so that actually it's like it's my session over there. So that's why you guys will be paying to me. So only Mayuk has paid to the BJS, right? Others actually has still not paid the fees. I hope so. So you will be paying to my account. Okay, guys. So cool. So I will be forwarding actually what my account details. So in case we're all interested over there, actually what you can actually pay the fees. So from Monday onwards, it will be like a paid sessions over there. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, guys. So we'll meet by actually again Monday. Thank you. Bye bye.